Oh, hello. I mean, I'm perfectly on time. I don't know what anybody's talking about. That's just ran. I've now just ran up the stairs. I mean, no, I'm not tired. But no, that's how I normally. I'm tired. This is how I normally sound. Honestly, it's how most people sound, isn't it? Just when they run up and down the stairs. Hi everybody. Let me show you my full face. Oh, so bear with me because there's a couple of things. Number one, this camera is new, and I was messing about with it before I started. So I've had my dolls. Hence why that's the. I've also realised I'm too tall for this. So I think what I might do is this. Boop. Hi everybody. Let me just get my breath back. I'm so lazy. Hi Dead My Workshop. Hi Synthetic Black. Hi War Gaming Dad Darren. Hi Yuan, Juan, Richard and Daniel. Hello. And Steve was here. Campaign Terrain was here. Fox was here. Greg was here. And I think that's the whole crew. There you have it. Hello. This camera's got a screen. So does it look like I'm looking at you when I go like this? Or can you tell I'm not looking at you? Because I'm looking at the screen. I don't know. I hope everything is working fine and you can hear me and it's all good. Do let me know if there are any issues, of course. I was talking to Cross about his thumbnails. Is what I was doing. Now the audio might be a little bit synchronized differently because what I've noticed with this camera is that it seems to work a bit quicker. So there's less of a delay. So yeah. There's that. There's a couple of things I haven't set up. Hi Synthetic Black Miniatures, who I'm sure you probably told me to call you something and I can't remember, so I do apologise. Memory like a sieve. Just trying to sort something out with Stream Deck. I was looking for Elgato. Fox82, what did Fox say? Somebody said you got the wrong page. I play a game every Tuesday. It's called Edging. Nope. I mean, that sounds like the Fox that I know. Likes to inquire about how sweaty I am. Hey, look, each to their own. Now, a couple of things. You are looking at my hair. I had my haircut last stream, didn't I? Did I? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Looking swell is what I was going to say. I almost said sweaty. Oh, I need to move this camera. There is a bit of noise in this. What? You're not supposed to do that. That's not supposed to happen. The front is not supposed to fall off. Is the chat working? If you're in the chat, can you say something? Oh, hi, Major League Nerd. Yeah, I just can't see. It doesn't. I don't want to say nobody's talking because it could just be me. But ooh, how does that look? Ooh, ugly. You're in the chat. Something. Thank you. Steve is in the house as well. Thank you. Let's see if I can turn that to something less ugly. Can I find a non-ugly spot? Nope. Something. Thank you. Thank you all. Oh, that's green. Does it look green? Don't really look like green. This is called serious preparation, maximum professionalism. I'm sure you're all aware of the maximum professionalism that we like to show off in this stream. Getting things done last minute? No. Less ugly leaves so Katie can take over. Hey, Katie's busy with Willow. Useless. Just looks blue. It's in real life. That's well green, which is weird because this. I guess it's a different shade of blue. It's the white balance on the camera. I could probably change it now because this camera actually has a screen. I can actually do things. So obviously there's a few things to talk about. One of them being the truck. I'm aware that we're not doing the truck today necessarily. Okay. That's not working, so I'm not going to do that. It's green in this room. So let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Right? It's not good. Is Virgin screwing me up again? Oh, I am dropping frames, and it is because of my network. You're correct, Steve. Virgin is doing us over yet again. That's a fact. I can see that they were dropping frames. So far I've lost 170 frames. Virgin. So I've just realized I was very bad at applying my my rivets on this truck. So I'm going to show you the truck. You will be amazed at how far I've come. Just amazed. By the way, the one problem with this camera is that it's not quite as good in low light, hence why you can see some darkness. Now, if I wanted to, I could do something like that. Oh, do you know what I mean? Oh, that's not as quiet. I don't want it that bright. Oh, it's a little bit less dark. Ooh, I have done. Oh, look at the detail that I've added. What? I've just done so much, guys. Look at all of the stuff that I've done. By the way, this video has to be ready before next Thursday. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm dropping more frames. Right, I'm going to turn down the quality of the stream because I am dropping frames. And it is Virgin. Let me just double check that I am on Virgin. I am on Virgin. Let me double check where my internet cable is. The internet cable is a little bit lost, but I'll just turn down the quality of the stream a little bit. See if I can stop the tide. So the quality is going to drop a little bit, but hopefully I'll stop dropping frames. Maybe. Turn down for what? Turn down the quality. You didn't think it could get lower. I know that's what you're saying, Steve. So don't even start. Don't even start on me, Steve. I knew you were going to say that, Steve. And High Cross. Yes, I am dropping frames. I'm not dropping frames right now, but I have been dropping frames. Steve, look at so much work on the other side. Can I show you the other side? Oh, yes. So you might think, Jay, what have you been doing with your life? So I did do some dags. They're not exactly great, so don't get your hopes up. Oh, Eva, stop trying to get my face camera. Oh, the headlights are staying because I can't be bothered trying to remove them. Ooh, dags. Look with the truck. Can't wait to see the fit. I mean, at this rate, it's never going to happen. I literally have I have a week and 2 days to edit the video and get everything out. So I'm not fancying my chances, right? I hear that. No, Steve. The camera, it's doing my nutting because it's getting my face. Let's see if I can get some super coarseness. Oh, look at the bokeh on the background. So I've also done some rivets, which you can also sort of see here. Now I've done it with PVA, which I've realised is actually leaving marks, but that's fine. I did knock one of these off before. So I've done a couple of rivets here and here. I've done this. You'll also see on the side here I've done some rivets. So that'll all make it look sort of orky when I've done. Christmas 21, I mean, that's why I'm going to have to rush and high curve. You like the dags. Thank you. Some positive feedback. No, I have done more than that. Don't worry, I have done more than this. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Well, also, you can also sort of see that I filled in some of the gaps. But I've also filled in a little bit of the gaps on my roller. The little roller that's going to go at the front. I filled in a little. To be fair, that's still going to be a bit of a gap because I'm not going to sand it. I'm just going to leave it the way that it is. I've taken the stickers off, put some rivets on for no real reason, just because it belongs. I've not been procrastinating. That's going to go somewhere like here. I need to order something off Amazon. I need to very quickly order something off Amazon. I'm not going to show you this because I need to do this. But whilst I am doing that, I will show you something else. I need some 3mm nuts. I love me some nuts, but I need some 3mm nuts. Preferably that are going to come tomorrow. I don't really need 100 of them. What's the cheapest price here, mate? I need some M3 nuts. Buy that now. Yep. Make sure I'm not spending a ridiculous amount of money. No, it's £4. Okay, I really needed to do that. Hey, speaking about spending money. The alerts, right, I've realised that what you can do in OBS is that you can increase the volume of sources. So what I've done is I've increased the volume on the alerts. Now, I don't know if it's too high, too low. I haven't had time to test it. I will try and do that off stream. So if you do an alert, like a donation or Patreon or something like that, it might be really high. So just keep that in mind. It could be very loud. I see a red truck and I see a red truck and I want to paint it black. Dag's good, singing bad. I mean, I just sang some more for you, so I can't believe you would say such a thing. Probably true. 3mm nuts, hole punch and plastic. Yeah, I'm just lazy. I just want the metal ones. Talking of spending money, my Photon Mono. I came very close to getting the Mono. No, I will not be gaming tonight, just Kev, and I will talk about that. I'm not sure I want to be on Twitch. I think I might end up gaming, but I might do it to my YouTube channel. But I just want to have a little bit of thought into it. I'm going to do something else tonight. That sounded dodgy, and I meant it to. I might do that, but that's not what I was talking about. Oh, right. You guys tell me. Greg's in on this. I'm going to turn this up when it happens. Oh no. Oh yeah. Okay. Come on. Why no alert? This could deafen everybody, just so you know. That wasn't very loud. Let me turn it up. I don't know about you guys, but that was not loud. I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree with me. But that was certainly not loud. Yeah, there was quite a big delay there. Okay, I've doubled it. No, I'm increasing it by 75%. Didn't hear it. It was not loud, I'll tell you that. Okay. I've literally doubled it. Greg, don't do any donation. I will test it off stream. I need to test it off stream and get it right. I'm not prepared to just blow out your eardrums. So, but thank you, Greg. I was just ignoring the fact you donated. I was just like, wait 1 second. I will try and make sure that it works for the next time. I also found this arm, right? This camera's very good at tracking my face, but not what I want. So this is a very large, just to put this in perspective, where's the other one gone? So this is going to be at the front. It's a small boy. Yeah, I bought this and I can't remember where I bought this from. I'd be surprised, Juan, but you never know. Yeah, and it's perfect for the back. Now, I do need to get a mounting system, which is actually why I've just ordered those nuts. I've also put some useless rivets on there as well because, I mean, it's orc stuff, so it's got to have rivets. Stop going on my face. To be fair, I've got it on face tracking, which makes sense. But there was some holes that I filled in with some filler. That's not really a problem. But yeah, so that's going to go on the back. On the back of the truck. Camera, please. There we go. Thank you. That's going to go here. Well, it's actually going to go on... I don't know if you remember one of the thingy-majiggies. The cabins from the trucks. So I've taken some of the stuff off. Now, I will tidy this up. Obviously, it looks a bit scruffy at the minute. But I will tidy this up. And eventually, that's going to go, like, on top. It's going to go on top. And then this arm is going to connect to that. Now, I was going to make something for the back, but I've run out of time. So that's not happening. And then I'll show you the actual thing that I've been spending my time on. which is also probably not impressive, but there you go. Star Wars Legion, looking forward to seeing hundreds of models. Didn't know Legion meant 20 models. On the plus side, Richard, it does keep the cost down. It really does keep the cost down. So I personally like it. It keeps the cost of an army a lot lower. But there you have it. Why would you tidy? It's a fair point. It's because it had a screw. It was a screw. Now, here is something. I've done 2 of these. Now, will this show you very well? I don't know how well this will pick up on the camera, but it's actually 3D. Now, I'm not going to add rivets to this, but basically, this is what I actually did is I printed out 2 of these onto card, cut one of them out, and then glued it to the other one. So it's not going to be black. Obviously, I'm going to paint it, but that's why it's black. It is 3D, but you can't really see it, and you won't really be able to see it until I print it. But basically, I've got 2 of these. So that's going to be the side of the truck, basically the sides of the truck. So all these Mad Lads buying 6 Clone Trooper stars. You wouldn't need to buy 6 Clone Trooper stars. You'd only need to buy 3. But yeah, so they're 3D, sorry, rather than 2D. But you can't quite see it. I've had to cut the pattern out of the card. Like you can see, there's like wherever this finger is here. I've not necessarily done a good job here, but yeah, it's textured basically. I was going to put rivets on these, but I've decided not to because I like the aesthetic as it is. So whilst it looks like I've done nothing, I have indeed done something. Obviously not as much as I need to do, because I'm very much aware that it needs to be ready. I need to finish the video by next week. Nothing's wrong with Twitch, Kev. I just think if I want to grow the YouTube gaming channel rather than do Twitch. So, by the way, does it look weird? I'm looking at the screen. Like, tell me, does this look weird? I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the camera. Does that look weird? Can you tell the difference? Oh, I can tell the difference. Tick, tick, tock. Boom. TikTok, time's ticking. Exactly, Steve. Let's have a look at I know you can't see the calendar here, but yes, that video needs to be released before next Thursday. So I have precisely like 8-9 days. More tubers before more Twitchers. Maybe. Yeah. There we have it. I'm curious what will happen if I did this. You guys probably didn't even notice the difference, but it is what it is. 100 models, still not Legion. I think Epic 3rd edition. So, yeah, I like the fact that it's not massive in terms of models, but I can appreciate why you might not. And to be fair, nothing is stopping you buying more, apart from your own desires. Darker. I need it darker. Okay, I appear to have stopped dropping frames, by the way. So I'm going to chance upping the quality of the stream a little bit more. Okay, I hope we're all on board with that. And then we'll talk about the actual subject. I realise I've not got around to the actual subject and I'm like 20 minutes in. Now that's a professional streamer. Yeah, so I made it a little bit darker, but I've turned up the lights a little bit. So the actual topic today is one that it's a bit strange because I don't think we have any proper ideas. Now, before we start, I do want to say Mordheim confirmed. Mordheim confirmed next year. Yeah, no. So the lighting looks darker because I turned down. So what I did, if anybody's interested, I turned down the ISO on the camera and turned up the lights to try and balance itself out, partly just to make things look a bit more better. So what games are coming out next year? So you guys are going to tell me games because you guys know everything and I don't know anything, and I'm going to Google them. But I am going to tell you what I think is coming out next year, and then we'll talk about that. Yeah, if we get anything really good, I might end up making a video on the other channel, but I'm like, no pressure. I'm not doing this because of that. But don't you dare. I will find you and I will make you play more time. Looks like there might be Inquisition. Have you got a source on that? Just out of interest, Juan? You know, so let's start off here. Oh, let me sort out one of my panels so I can actually do this and still see what you guys are actually talking about. YouTube chat. So I mentioned this last week, but apparently OBS and YouTube are going to be doing a collab, because at the minute it's a bit of a pain to stream to YouTube, just simply because, well, weirdly, it's a pain to stream to YouTube because there's no integration, so you can't see the chat or anything like that. What are you doing there, mate? Mate. There you go. I thought you... Well, we mean either new games, old games. Any word on the new Legion expansions? Yeah, Richard, Andrew, sorry. No, I actually don't know what that's going to be. I have some ideas what that's going to be. I have heard some rumours of some stuff, but I don't want to say anyway. But I don't really know what it's going to be anyway, because people tell me stuff and I forget. So I actually have no idea. The Inquisition stuff is looking at all the rumour engine pictures. Okay, Legion's going to be interesting. I don't think we're necessarily going to see anything major for Legion until maybe Gen Con, but we'll see. Dystopian Wars. Anyway, whoa, wait. Let me sort out my thing, and then let me Google. I thought Dystopian Wars was already out, though. I mean, it can be expansions. We can look at expansions as well, because one of the games that I'm going to tell you about that I'm predicting will come. I have no source on this rumour, but I am predicting it will happen. Is a major game is getting a new edition. That's what I am predicting. Now, let's see if I can sort out this custom doc so I can actually read what you guys are saying. Didn't that spot? What is Dystopian Wars? Oh, wait, from Wild... Is it Wayland? Who's the people who do Wild West Exodus? Is that them? And yes, I am in incognito mode. Bin Marvel, Legion needs the love. Well, we'll see what they say. I'm not 100% sure what Dystopian Wars is. I don't know how to spell dystopian. I don't know how you spell this. I'm gonna have to check. If I can't spell it. Don't hate me. Dystopian Wars. I don't really know what it is. Yeah, I think Age of Sigmar is gonna get a new edition. Nah, just Kev. I think it's gonna be this year. I think it's gonna be 2021. So, okay. I knew I couldn't spell. And is it the bit? Oh, but to be fair, I know it's not DYY. Even I'm not that dumb. But I do think Age of Sigmar. I'm just going to put 3rd edition. I'm going to put that in. I think it's going to get a new edition, and I think it's going to be this year. So let me tell you why. Number one, Warhammer 40,000 got a new edition. I think in 2017. 3 years later, in 2020, Warhammer 40,000 got a new edition. Age of Sigmar got a new edition in 2018. 3 years later, Age of Sigmar will get a new edition in 2021. I think, maybe. I don't really know, by the way. War Cradle. Oh, War Cradle. Get off the screen. Nope. I can't click. Why is Google down again? Is this what's happening? 2022 Warhammer Fantasy: The Old World. I'd be surprised if it's that soon. I sort of feel like that might be 2023. But if it's 2023, is that a 40k new edition? Maybe. 40k releasing 9.9, 10, 11, and 12 next week. What? So Google here is really doing me over. Oh, hi Thomas, how are you? To be fair, I saw you say hi before and I didn't reply. I do apologise. It's nothing personal. Bolt Action 3rd edition. AOS needs dropping and the fantasy battles are coming back, aren't they? Oh, let's get rid of that and I have to try and spell Dystopian Wars again. Dystopian Wars. So here we go. So so it's getting a new edition. I don't even know what it is. What is it? Is it the C one? Oh, it's a C game. For some reason, I thought it was a model game, like a infantry-based game. But there you have it. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. What were some of the other games you mentioned? But is Bolt Action getting a 3rd edition? Now, are there any new games? Does anybody know of any new games? Are there any I mean, there's the Star Wars games. So let's have a quick look at that. I'll tell you what's coming next year. My Blood Angel Successor chapter. Oh, I hope you better post pics if you're going to be that confident about it. Then I do want to see it. So we demand pictures. There's a 20 mil. Oh, okay, version of Dystopian Wars Legion that came first. Okay, that makes more sense. What was I just talking about? Atomic. Let's have Atomic Mass Games. Just Kevin's very happy about this Blood Angel successor. Are Blood Angels the ones that are like traitors because they actually succumb to chaos and they're a little bit on the like iffy side and they get a bit angry? They're a bit like, are they like the emo versions of Space Marines? They're a bit edgy. Is that Blood Angels? Oh shit, it's dark. What's the difference? Blood Angels are the vampires. Oh god, that's even worse. They're the Twilight of the Imperium. By That's Dark Angels. I actually did not know. So I was sort of trolling, but I I didn't know the actual answer. I only really know the what are they called? Ultramarines. Expensive vampires. So look, so we do know that it won't be this year. There's this, by the way, I'm saying like what games are coming in 2021. They said, does that include new Star Wars miniature games? Can we expect to see any additional titles? We are hyper-focused. While we're hyper-focused on these, we're always thinking of new ones. Will and I have talked about how we love to create a new we can create a cool new Star Wars miniature game. So they will make a new miniature game, right? Will it be in 2021? No. I don't even think we'll see it announced in 2021 because they've not come up with the rules yet. So I suspect no. You play Smurfs. Some people have to. To be fair, I have a purple set of Space Marines, but I would probably play them as Ultramarines. You've already painted one of them. Cool. And yes, I will categorically confirm on the record, I do not know the difference between Dark Angels, Blood Angels, any of the ones that are Ultramarines. Blood Angels better vampires. Dark Angels are traitors. Ultramarines are Romans. Space Wolves are Viking. To be fair, I do know the Space Wolves. But would I have got the difference? Why don't White Scars are just white armor? I don't know. There's some yellow dudes. Crimson. I want to say Crimson. That doesn't make any sense. Does it? Crimson? There's some yellow guys. Are there any? There's green, blue, yellow, red. There's dark green. There's always like a dark version of them. Imperial Fists. True, dude. So in terms of new games, like I don't think we're getting Star Wars game in 2021. New additions, I think we're probably going to get a raft of them. So somebody said Bolt Action, which I presume was Steve. Let's have a look at Bolt Action. Is this confirmed? 3rd edition. Well, you know what we'll do? We'll head on over to the On Tabletop. Is that what they're called these days? And look at new games. Crimson Fists are a successor of the Imperial Fists. I'm not very good at saying my S's. Imperial Fists are siege Germans. Raven Guard are stealth special forces. What colour are Raven Guard? And some Emperor's Children. I'm purple, and people say it's Emperor's Children or like something Hawks or something like that. And I just go like, yeah, totally, guys. Whatever you say. So I don't know if they have On Tabletop actually has like an upcoming version of this, but let's see if they do. Cyberpunk, no. So what we want to have a look at is status. Nope. Out of production. New, never released. In production, in development. I don't know if that's actually correct. Released. Nope. Game type. Miniature war game. Behave. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. Black Tempors? Yeah, I think they're probably black, I would guess. I remember when the only difference between Marines was the colour you painted them. True. Maybe. Yeah. So when I was going to play 40k, which I'm not going to do now, I still got my kill team. My plan was... I like it. Depends where you put it, I think. So my plan was... I'm so bold. My plan was that I just paint them purple, don't put any symbols on the shoulder, and then just run them as whatever I want. Do you know what I mean? Just like, boop. Can we please do a 40k quiz? I want to see if there's a very brief 40k quiz that we could maybe do. Not now, but maybe closer to thinking. Is there a 40k quiz? Which of them? No, I want to see. Bloody hell. I just want to see if it exists. It must exist, right? Oh, these are some 10 questions. Shall I do... Shall I do it? Shall we do it? No, we won't do it. We won't do it yet. Maybe at Christmas. Maybe next week. A new handle comes out every week. Harsh. Bolt action third ed isn't confirmed, but on the cards due to them clearing up. Oh, right, okay. Stealth in 40k while wearing metal size 22s. Hey, look, you've got to. You just got to deal with it. So, can I sort by release date? Newest. Okay. It didn't actually sort, did it? Did it? 2021. What? I feel like, have Mantic got anything on the agenda? Have Mantic got anything? Kahoot? A 40? What's a Kahoot? What is a Kahoot? What is a Kahoot? What am I Googling here? What? I don't know. I don't know what this is. Brute. A Kahoot. Safe search. It's alright. I'm in incognito mode. You know. I mean, I like the sound of this game. I've been playing a bit of chess on my phone for whatever reason. What I want is unreleased. Can I get an unreleased? What if I just pick? There we go. Let's have a look at 2021. So this is, if we go on, surely this is a board game, but okay, let's have a look at it. Cyberpunk Red. Anybody been playing the buggy Cyberpunk game? The questions all come up on the screen, and then us at home answer on our devices. Oh, is that a little bit like Jack's Party Box or something? Watch the Dark Tide trailer. Yes, so the Dark Tide trailer, is that the first person shooter? Is that the first person shooter sort of like Vermintide game? That looks good, to be fair. So let's have a look. This apart. Oh look! Oh, guys, they've got like my scoring system. They've stolen it off me. They've taken it. They've taken it. I don't know how. What is a Kahoot? Learning games. I'll have to. Somebody message me in Discord or something. I don't really know how you do it or you would set it up, but it sounds fun, right? Especially considering I wouldn't know anything, which is no difference than normal, but especially in that I really truly would not know anything. So what is this game? What are all these awards? Oh, these are just awards for the yearly stuff. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at that. What is this? Okay, let's have a look at this. Did it just say card game? No, there's miniatures in it. Does anybody know what this is? Release of Combat Patrol. What is this? When did they post this? Right, let's just read it, shall we? If you're looking to actually play in the world of Cyberpunk, but you can't quite get past all the bugs. Ooh, they've gone in hard. Monster Fight Club has previewed a quick peek at Cyberpunk Red Combat Zone, where you get into where you can get stuck into skirmish combat within the streets of Night City. This actually sounds baller. I like the sound of this. No quality is too poor. I can't see anything. What? I didn't turn it down that much, did I? I hope not. If anything, if it hasn't already been said, Agent Callus. Oh, I didn't know they were coming. I'm not gonna lie. To be fair, I think we all knew they were coming, didn't we? We'll have a quick look at that. I'm not going to make a video on it because I can't be asked. Because I'm doing this. I could make a video. Here, look, I'll pretend I'm making a video. Hello and welcome, you crazy people. My name is Jay, and in this video, FFG have blessed us with some Star Wars Legion news. We've finally got Agent Callus and Lando Calrissian, and we're about to check him out right now. And I don't know what I'm doing. It was believable though, right? Wasn't it? It was believable. See that instant? I switched. We'll have a look at him though. No, still wait. The Rebel ATV. Well, yeah, but apparently that said 2021. 2020. Which is fair enough. By the way, I've just realised apparently the internet might have been failing because GeForce decided it was going to download an update. So let's have a look. I realize I'm on the wrong channel for this. It's still interesting that it's FFG posting these. Is there anything actually interesting here? Oh, well, he looks good. He looks good. What's he got here? Can't read that. I like the fact they're doing this. He's got 7 upgrade cards. What is this shit? What is this? What's this picture here? It's not the way we normally get stuff. I can't even read that. This is the problem. I can never read it. He's got cunning, which is interesting. Imperial, 90 points. 6 health, red defense dice. Surges on the attack, which is good. Defense, 6 wounds. Yeah, it's not that bad. Oh, I could just scroll down. Continue to you get to set up 2 extra cards. Okay, whatever. Fine. Please read my chat. I can't bother. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Thomas. I do apologize. I'm honestly failing you, Thomas. I don't know why. I think just because something interesting happened. Is Kill Team any good? I would watch Glass Half Dead. Like, my opinion on that is not really suitable. Games Workshop did exactly what they do with every game. They flooded it with way too many rules way too quickly. And then they go on a massive spree of not supporting the game. There's not been any proper releases for like a year, maybe even longer than that. So like within 6 months or 9 months or whatever it was, there was 3 proper expansions. Then you get like White Dwarf stuff. You get rules for stuff in stupid places. They say they've got arena that's going to be competitive, but it's not really. Then they do FAQs, and it's a mess for me. But it's a standard Games Workshop affair. It's exactly what they do all the time. Now, they're doing something with it in 2021 because they announced that there's a Necron and Space Marine something. Now, is it a new edition? Is it going to be something else? It's one of those games, like, if you're just going to play it with friends, love it. Brilliant. Fantastic. But I always maintain that Games Workshop do not want you to play Kill Team. They want you to play Combat Patrol because they want you to play 40k. So the game itself is quality, I think. I think it's a really good game. I think the actual gameplay and the mechanics of the game is one of the better ones from Games Workshop. I just think that they oversell things stupidly, is what I feel, Thomas. And I do apologize. Like, feel free to, if I miss your comment, just tell me to find your comment and I'll find it. But I don't see why Games Workshop would want you to play Kill Team. They have no incentive for you to be able to buy 2 boxes and call that your team done and not play another game. Whereas in Combat Patrol, if you play 500 points and you're like, that was fun. Oh, I only need 1,000 more to go to my first tournament. You're hooked. Hook, line and sinker. So I think they positioned it badly. I think what they should have done with Kill Team is to be a little bit more like Warhammer Underworlds. I think you should have been buying kill teams. You should have been buying like a team of Smurfs that were like Fred, George, Pete, Steve, and you should have had those characters, and they should have been and then maybe release a pack down the line, which is like, we've got Jerry here and Susan, she can be a Smurf. There's female Space Marines. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way they should have sold it. But there you go. A Blood Bowl. I have Blood Bowl downstairs in my kitchen, but I'm not probably going to play it. Just wondering, Re-Smurfs, I'm just messing. I don't even play 40k. There you go. Yeah, Kill Team. Yeah, I just don't fancy it. But just wondering, because we have a nerd club at school, but lunchtime is too short for a decent game of 40k. So I think Kill Team. If you're in that case, Thomas, play it. It's perfect for that kind of stuff, right? It's perfect for that because just you don't need, you're not going to an event. You don't need to worry about all the rules. You can just buy the core rule book and then play with that. Some people recommend maybe buying Commanders, I think, but I would Warhammer Underworld is a good shout, to be fair. If you really want to play 40k, yeah, play Kill Team or Combat Patrol. If you really want to play a good game, Warhammer Underworld is pretty good. Just Kev equals toxic. That's harsh. I don't think he does. I don't know where that's come from. He didn't seem to say anything toxic, but fair enough. I've Imperial Guard Firstborn Marines, and there you go. Yeah, I think Just Kev was being nice. I don't think he said anything bad, or at least I don't think he did intentionally. Oh, they're just kidding. Okay, unless you really just don't like anything that's not 40k, which I would appreciate. Weapon upgrades for him. I would probably take a weapon upgrade. I do not. Why would you take him? Nobody melees. You don't take a melee upgrade. Oh, it's the flip side of it, is it? No, I don't think so. Lethal 1. That's pretty good. Oh, it is a flip side. It's a reconfigure. Okay. Callus is all right. No hands with Callus. Let's have a quick look at the man himself, Mr. Lando. I like his little on guard pose. On guard. On guard. I won't look at this, even though he's got 3 command cards. 1 4. They've all got flaws now. Flaws are the big thing. He's got contingencies 3, so he's like better than Callus already, but he's 105 points. Which my instinct says that's very high with 6 wounds, white defense dice, but we'll see. Covert Ops, that's fine. You can think he's flawed. Sharpshooter 2. Uncanny Look. Did Callus have Sharpshooter? Did he have Sharpshooter at all? Sharpshooter 1. Sharpshooter 2's better, in it. Let's not argue with it. Uncanny Look. Uncanny Look's interesting to have back, but it makes sense. Very hands-on with him. All right. If he joins, for example, Calrissian can access to all their command cards while retaining. Wait, what? That sounds interesting. So he can take the command cards of Chewie and stuff. Okay, cool. That's interesting. I'm not going to make a video on it. I can't be bothered, so I'm not doing it. But that's interesting nonetheless. So we're gonna I was trying to have a look at this, the Cyberpunk game, which, if I'm honest, sounds really interesting. I'm not interested in that. What is this Cyberpunk game? When is it coming out? So it's coming out in 20. Okay, and they're coming with some scenery. Combat Zone will be coming in 2021. Now, the interesting thing, my problem with that is, why have you messed up the timing, right? Even the board game is buggy. Oh, Steve going deep. They've messed up the timing. They should have moved everything they could in their life to get that to come out at the same time, or very similar to when the game came out. But that's okay. I bet you I'm actually interested in this. I like the look of that. A little skirmish game set in a universe that people like. I think that could be pretty good. So we're going to leave that. The board is delivered first, then you have to wait 6 months for the rest of the models to load. Who is paying 50 to 60 quid for that game right now? My camera's decided not to focus on my face. Who's paying that much for that game? Lunatics. No one's. It's not even that interesting. It's a single player game. Like, the best option to do is to just wait. However, I was looking at how much Red Dead Redemption 2 was on Steam. It's like 55 quid. It's 2 years old, mate. Stupid game. Thanks for being awesome and giving me someone to talk to. I've been off school for almost a month now. 2 weeks self-isolating and then another 2 with a severe chest infection. I hope it's a chest from the isolating. But I hope you're doing very well. I hope you're feeling much better. And I imagine you're going straight into like a Christmas break. So bad times. But Kill Team is a good option for a dinner. Depending on the kind of game you want to play. Like, when I look at games, I'm always looking at them sort of like from events and stuff like that and competitive kind of level, just because that's the way that I am. A lot of games are much better if you're not playing them competitively. So, Pillars of Eternity is free on the Epic Store. I don't know what Pillars of Eternity is. Every release in the last 10 years has been late. Not one board game or minis game has been released when they released a computer game. Yeah, which you would think it'd be easier to make a board game than it would be to make a video game. At least I would. So I'm just going to go through these and see which ones I like the sound of. I'll have a quick look at that. I'm not really interested in The Drowned and the Damned. Don't know what some of these are. I ain't saying she a gold digger because it's grave digger. So apparently there is Hogs of War. Oh, that's actually got me interested. I've literally clicked all of them. After saying I would only click the ones that I was interested in. But this is apparently coming April 2021, so we'll have a look at this one. Stargrave, though, did I click it? Did I click Stargrave? I don't think I did. I was like, yeah, I'm not interested in that, but I'll click it for you. I'll click it. Oh, no, I did, didn't I? I did. I was literally just on it, wasn't I? It's like Cyberpunk released with massive bugs and a week later a patch to fix the stuff. Yeah, I watched a video. Weirdly, I watched a couple of videos. I watched a video where it was like comparing the demo of 2018 to how it was now, and it looks way better now, where normally games get like downgraded. However, it looks like they went from a previous gen game to a next gen game and have just left. They've just not bothered with the console versions at all. Lunatics. I mean, I understand they kept delaying it, but I mean, it was never going to live up to the hype. I also want to start a new army, so I feel Kill Team would allow me to. If you already play 40k, Kill Team's pretty good. However, I mean, I would maybe try a 500-point game of Combat Patrol. You might be able to squeeze it in. And if you can, then it's just wear it in it. Smokers wear patches for years, so Cyberpunk. We'll see how it goes. So let's have a look at Stargrave, right? I don't know. But they always mention the guy's names, and I'm always like, yeah, I don't really know who this is. I'm sure he's a lovely guy though. Joseph A. McCullough. I don't know. He's got a new 28mm skirmish game called Stargrave, hitting the shelves April 21 from Osprey Games. Now, it sounds like it's not going to have miniatures because it's much like Frostgrave. The game is going to be supported by they are going to have miniatures because they're going to be supported by them guys. Can I see anything here? I like the sound of this. I like the sound of this already. I need to see something. Sorry, mate. I need to see something. Lunch. No, we've tried. Most we can do is £200. Oh, okay. Kill Team is quicker, but to be fair, Kill Team can still take 40 minutes, you know. So do be aware of that. They filled up the rules to like make it take a bit longer. Is your school club lunch or after school? We moved ours to after school so we had more time. Lunch. Joseph Starling made a good minutes game. I do not believe that to be the case, Steve. We also entered and won a regional GW Kill Team school camp. Wait, what? You get what? So you should be able to fit in a Kill Team game in that time. And Joseph Starling, as far as I know, didn't make a miniatures game. Could I be wrong? I could be. I could easily be wrong. We've already looked at that. Now we're looking at stunning Eldfall Chronicles World landing on Kickstarter soon. So let's have a look at this. Let's have a look what this is. This is coming to Kickstarter soon from a group of students. You've lost me a little bit there. Tabletop enthusiasts. Called Free Company, and that's where we're interested to learn more. This is going to be a 3D printed game in it. Gameplay options which include head-to-head with another player, teaming up for a 2 versus 2 game, or a solo game. Games around 45 to 60 minutes. That sounds good. You'll take control. That sounds fine. I mean, I like the fact that they're showing some miniatures, but it sort of sounds like this is just a group of students. This is not pretty. Like, I like the idea of cards, but there's too much going on here. My one, if they're in the chat, they're obviously not going to be in the chat. If they're listening to this, then simplify your game. That's what I would say. Gulag Games, survival horror. I don't, Steve, are you trolling me? And hi, Drakel. Drakel. I'm still holding out for Battlefleet Gothic being redone. So that's actually a fair point. Like, Games Workshop typically do release some mini games. Now, I don't think they'll release anything quite as big as Mordheim this year. Maybe I'm wrong. To be fair, that's a lie. They did the new edition of Age of Sigmar and then they did Kill Team in the same year. So we could see something big. I don't think it'll be a ship-based game. But you never know. I sort of feel like that they're going to want to do an Underworld for 40k, but I don't know how true that is. Check out One Page Rules Fleets rule set. I also might have fallen on the Bard Song Kickstarter. Oi, where's my boy Kev gone? Where is, well, your boy Kev, he said we also entered and won our regional Games Workshop Kill Team School Camp. And from that point on, he said, I don't need to talk to you guys, I'm too good for you. Oh, he's back. I agree, Kill Team 2 will be like Underworlds, which could happen this year. I'd be very surprised if it did. People would be so pissed off. They need to wait a couple of years and then do it. Warhammer 30k starts at confirmed. Confirmed! Hey, random, it's not really a story, but I'll tell you anyway. Yesterday, Katie had booked in many weeks ago, to go to a drive-through Santa experience. Truly magical is what it says on the bag. Willow is 8.5 months old. So we're there. We drive up. You're in this like big like tenty gazebo thing. I drive up to the first people. I'm like, look, two elves going like, oh, I'm an elf. Oh, hello. I've gone to a leprechaun. I do apologize. Oh, I'm an elf. I can't do an elf. I don't know what elves sound like. And I was like, look, mate, let me stop you there. I've got an 8.5-month-old. She don't know what she's doing. She's never going to remember this. She don't know who you are. She doesn't really know who I am at this point. Like, we're just here to have a look. So I just like picked her up, and I was just like, there you go. And so I just ended up talking to the elf while we were waiting to go to the veterinary. I'm like, oh yeah, you working here? Yeah, oh great. Oh, you having a nice day? Oh, there's some reindeers. Oh, I don't think I've actually ever seen some reindeers. Have you? Are you? Oh no, I don't think I had. You know what I mean? So there you have it. I did see some reindeers. I don't think I'd actually ever seen reindeers before. So this game, my advice to them, it's a cool concept, sounds good. I just don't like the cards. It's overcomplicated. Waits Engraves really stunning Gravedigger miniatures. I've got cramp in my toe. They've actually got some miniatures to show off. It's behind a new cooperative game. Yeah, not interested, mate. Santa baby, don't hurry down the chimney tonight. Hi Kim. It's a pleasure to have you here. From Florida. I've been to Florida once. I know you don't care about this, you've not asked, but I'm going into this anyway. 1993, during Hurricane Andrew. I live in the northwest of England, which is not the north of the UK, because Steve would tell me off. I just chat nonsense, but I appreciate it. Do you know what though? I completely slept through Hurricane Andrew. I remember the night before they put all the chairs in the pool. They emptied the pool and they put all the furniture in it. And then when I woke up, it was just like another day. I was just like, oh, that's fine. Also, when I was in Florida, I was 8 years old. It rained every day at like 5 o'clock. Just every day at the same time. Crazy. Anyway, I hope you're doing very well. I hope it's not hurricane season. Is it? It might be. Reindeer always come to my local garden centre. They were to be fair, they're cool animals. Although I think one of them was slightly misbehaving because it seemed like the woman was like holding on to the antlers, and she was like. So there you have it. Yeah, I've never been to a place where it consistently rained at the same time. In the UK, it rains like all the time, but sporadically. Do you know what I mean? It's not like the same thing. We were going to go in Easter. Lo and behold, 2 weeks before Donald banned us. I mean, I think, with all due respect to the Donald, that seemed like a reasonable thing to do for a change. Jay goes to the pool to put his towel down. I mean, would I do that? Isn't it the Germans do that the most, and then the Brits do it the second most? But we always think it's the Germans, just only the Germans. To be fair, if you don't get up ridiculously early, which you don't want to do on holiday, there's no content for any of these. Come on, I'm gonna say I really want this game to be a thing. Does anybody remember the video game Hogs of War? It was basically like a 3D version of Worms. That's a lie, sort of, maybe. No, English is the worst, but they sleep in. Yeah, we would be worse, but we're always just like, mate, I'm having a rest. I'm on holiday. Mr. Donald Fart. Yeah. So, I mean, what is this? I'm actually intrigued in this. I'm not sure it would make a great tabletop game, but there's not very much info. The team behind the game has decided to employ an X-Wing Light hidden movement system. Oh, you've got my interest. Hi from Kazakhstan. Hi, Roland. That's an interesting country there. I don't even know really where Kazakhstan is. Sorry, I do apologise. Slightly east of Europe. I don't really know. I'm sorry. Central Asia. That is east of Europe. In my defence. Hi from Jupiter. Jay doesn't know enough about non-England. Well, true. True. It must be late there. Yes, it'll be a bit later than we are. So in Florida right now, it's probably what is it now? 7:30, maybe like 2:30. In Florida, maybe 1:30. Perhaps in Kazakhstan, if it's Central Asia, I would guess maybe like 4 hours ahead. What is it now? It must be like, maybe it's like 11:30 at night, 12:30. So it's very late for you, Roland, but thank you very much for joining us. I was thinking Borat, Richard, but you know, it's not, you've just gone and mentioned it. Exactly. Roland's like, don't. He's got to be sick of it by now. So, 2:30 Florida, Georgia. There you have it. So this game actually has, I really like the movement system in X-Wing, right? What I didn't, what's the game that tried it? The FFG game, Rune Wars. They had like a similar system, I think. It would be interesting to see. I wonder if I can get, I want some information on this. I don't want the board game. Have you seen a launch from the Cape? If you're talking to me, the answer is no. I did go to I want to say JFK. It sounds vaguely right, but I'm not sure if it is. I went to one of, the stuff there. Let's have a look where this is. Pick up the hogs of the card. I don't want to pick up the card game, mate. I want to look at. I don't want to go on my actual Facebook here, so not now. There we go. Thank you. Did I miss this game? Is this game on Kickstarter? The Kennedy Space Center. You are correct. That makes sense. Is this game on Kickstarter right now? Let's go on Kickstarter, guys. Thunder. Hogs of War. Why do you need to go on Kickstarter for some shoes? I mean, I don't understand the world. But okay. Hogs of War. Hogs of War. Is it? Have I missed it? Yes, I've seen several. whoosh, and that. It's cool, super cool in concept. Where is the Tesla thing done? Is that the other side? Is that the West Coast? I don't understand the world. Did I say that? Sounds like something I would say. So much dross on Kickstarter. SpaceX, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Thank you. This seems like a super fun little game. Oh, it's a hex-based game. Oh, I don't know if it's just me. Do you guys feel the same way? I don't know what games you all play. A lot of you probably play 40k because the channel's done a lot of 40k terrain. But I like the idea of hex-based terrain games, like tabletop games, sorry. But I really, really prefer the open, like the skirmish game where there's no restrictions and you're free to get up in buildings and stuff like that. It feels better to have that kind of full movement. I prefer Kill Team over Underworld in terms of how it looks. Hex is good for beginners, I understand that, sure, I can understand that. No Tesla stuff launches from the same place. Also, then boring. True, okay. Unless there's a big explosion like the last one. Orc Space Rocket Launch Pad Terrain. I do need to do a landing pad, to be fair, it's a fair point. Too much-ish for rules. To be fair, if they're going to do the hidden movement thing, then it sort of makes sense. That's why they've all got screen. Oh, you can't see it because I've gone off it, but they've all gone off screens. But Hex's square-based war games feels like It feels like playing pieces and not models. Well, where else would Santa Orc land? What? Did I not? The one that happened last week with the big steel tube is in Texas. I wonder, like, we're not there yet. Like, I'm normally quite decent at keeping up, but I'm sort of failing tonight for whatever reason. So just to say, one of the reasons I didn't actually make terrain tonight is because I was going to do something to the back of the truck, and then I realized that I don't want to because I'm going to run out of time and I'm going to fail, and it would just be a lot of like stress and wasted time. But we will probably need to start thinking about our next piece of terrain to work on after the truck, but we'll not do that yet. So this game's ruled out to me because of the hex-based board. I really enjoyed the aesthetic. I think it's cute. Get a grip. I'm not myself tonight. It's true. I'm normally on top, but I'm off it. I can't get it. I'm missing things for a change. I don't normally miss things. It's cute. It's a very cute game. Sure. I think it's a cute game. It looks cool. You get these it looks cool. If you make that not a hex-based game, I think I would probably have backed it right now, just for funsies. But they've got it hex-based, and I'm not interested in that. So it's got a bit of a base building, which I quite like. That's a cool idea. Some base building. And I've got a hold of some polystyrene from a printer box. So my next project is concrete barricades. Are you going to make the ones that like Midwinter Minis did? Are you going to do like my kind? If you can get the bits for one. After finding your channel, I started making loads of DIY terrain. Good. If you're making loads, you'll overtake me because I'm so slow. The battlefield. So you can change the battlefield. That was cool. Yeah, I like it. I like it in theory. Also, can you not make a prototype? These guys already do like a card game. Could they not? Oh, they probably have here. Is this a video? Is this actually a video? Okay. Who is this? Whose video is this? It's the Hungry Gamer. Don't know who that is, but look, we have it. Those are squares and hex terrain. What is that? So they had a system. I don't know if I've gone off it, but they had a system where you built your base. So it's quite common in board games. Like you'll get like a base, and then you like take like a factory, and then you've got to place it in your base. But the actual board that you fight on was hex based. If that makes sort of sense. I'm bad for ordering stuff on Kickstarter and then not being interested. I completely did that with Super Fantasy Brawl. I ordered that. I just sold it completely unwrapped. I didn't even bother unwrapping it. I just knew I wasn't going to play it. Sold it. So there you have it. Yeah. Well, I start loads and not finished any. I know that feeling. Kev, serious? 2 years? Wait, what did Kev say for 2 years? Oh, and then not being interested in the year or two later it appears. Yeah, to be fair, it does take a while. Oh, I didn't see what Drake said, that you retracted the statement. Dun dun dun. Yeah, just Kev. Yep, I kind of wish I had clocked Bad Song was 2022 delivery. What is Bad Song? Bad Song. It sounds German. Let me just quickly see what this. Oh well, no. Let me get off that. I'm not interested in that. Oh, it's Steamforge Games. I presume it's a board game. Steamforge Games, very close to me, by the way. It's only at the Trafford Centre. I say very close. It's a 40-minute drive, but close. But you are correct. This is coming in a year and a half's time. Mate, I don't know what I'll be interested in a year and a half. Like, it's a year and a half. I don't know if I'm going to care. I don't know if I'm going to care. So, I just realised I can probably do this, and I don't think any of you will even notice. Technically, that makes the movement look a bit weird, but I don't know if you'll actually be able to tell. Does it look jittery? Google Maps stream Steamforge 40 minutes radio. Yeah, you'd be able to find Ish where I live. I live nearish Warrington, so that's not necessarily a problem. Yeah, just kept. I have the AVP Kickstarter from Prodos Games from 5 years ago. I know that feeling. Oh god, I got Rightbusters still to play. Got Infinity Defiance and Simon Marvel game. Is that the one with the big miniatures? What did you think about the Oppo Up Book-esque terrain? What's Oppo Up? Is that for the Hogs of War? Is that for this? I'm not sure. Kickstarter. What's the point then? Kickstarter is just, it's basically, it's fear of missing out, isn't it? Oh, the pop-up terrain. Oh, the one from like U-Terrain or whatever they're called. I tried to very late in the day get a sample so I could make a video. But they were like, yeah, mate, we've run out. And I was like, fair dues, I am late in the day. But yeah, for me, I think, I don't know how to phrase this nicely, but I think Kickstarter's crap. Hey, this guy's actually got the game. I don't know if he's the one who makes the game. But it looks fine. I'm not interested in it, but it looks fine. I think, I don't know how to phrase this any other way, but I'm gonna come out and say something very bold. Very bold, just so bold, so brave and bold. I'm gonna say it though. I think Kickstarter is shocking. I mean poop. I think Kickstarter is poop. I just don't like it. Because, right, even the most successful games don't necessarily mean you're going to be able to play with anybody. Like, they're just the games to either collect or play with your friends or your wife or your kids. They're not games that you're going to be collecting for a long time. Super Fantasy Brawl tried to be that kind of game. Has it succeeded? That's hard to say because of the corona. But it's just like, as you said, it's just a pre-order system. It's pre-ordering games. If the game was going to be so good and so popular, then you'll be able to buy it when it launches. Yeah, don't like them. I find it pointless. Kickstarter's current computer games releasing games before they're finished to make. Yeah, I could sort of agree with that. And to be fair, Steve, you also see that for computer games. One of the games I have backed, I do wish I backed a Ashes of Creation, by the way. Comment. What did you say? What? Wait, what? I actually can't see your message. Oh, I'll be doing that. I'll be doing my GCSEs in a year and a half. P.S. That's the modern O levels, J. Wow. I'll have you know that I did GCSEs. However, they were scored definitely A to U or whatever you could get. Yeah, I did once get a U or an X in French. Just didn't turn up to the exam, did I? I've not got the pop-up terrain. Don't know if it's flimsy or not. Bold, I identify as a toaster. I do not. I'm not a Cylon. Thank you, though. They need to stop. Yep, I agree. They need to stop doing it as a pre-order system. I agree, Richard. They look like they bowled heavily when a tank was sat on it. Oh, the thingy. So young. You sure? I am 35 years of age. 35 years of age is what I am. You got an F in art. I think, did I get an X? It wasn't a U, it was an X. I got an X in my French oral exam. And in my defense, the teacher didn't tell me when it was. In my defense, the teacher did not tell me when it was. So, I blame her. You're 36 years in June. Oh, Steve, I'll be 36 in September next year. So we're only like, you're in the year above me, but it's literally, what, 3 months? So there you have it. Don't look a day over 34. Thanks. That's cause art is shocking. I mean, poop. True. You're all, Greg's 38, you're all children. I mean, 36, 30, I'm 35. My grandma, who's dead. All my grandparents are dead. She used to never tell you how old you were. You would ask her how old she was. She'd be like, I'm 84. She wasn't Irish. Well, one of them was. No, one of them wasn't. I'm 84 next time. She'd always tell you how old she was next time rather than how old she was now. Campaign terrain. I was going to say, you're also young, and I'm not going to ask how old you are if you're saying that. So, I find grades mean nothing. I got a C in physics at A level and then went on to become a physicist. Yeah, I do think the grades don't mean anything. I think it's more about, like, studying the right things and being able to get to the next level. So, like, at school, you need something to get to college. At college, you need something to get to university. But once you sort of there and thereabouts, as long as you don't, like, absolutely shockingly fail, you sort of okay. Teacher didn't tell you, so you're late for stream 20 years later. I'm not pretty late. Oh, how do I say this name? Pitkurina. But I'm 40 and just got into Warhammer. Hey, look, there's no time like the present. And I think generally for like tabletop games, you either get into it super young or you get into it sort of like middle age. Like I'm 35, 40 is not that different. Like, yeah. So there you have it. Enjoying the subject and hard work are far more important. Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. And like, yeah, I do agree with that. I think that's probably true. What am I talking about? Hey, the older I get, these streams, I find it really hard to concentrate on several things. And I was saying to Katie today, I was thinking my memory's not as good as it used to be. And then I realized that I've really got a lot to remember than when I was like 18. So it sort of feels worse. I got bugger all beyond college and I still keep getting employed. Common sense, Greg. People just lack it, therefore. I mean, much to the dismay of your pile of shame. Shame. That's because you're getting gold. Thank you, Thomas, you young'un. I feel like I've learned more since leaving school. Yeah, so Kickstarter, just going back onto that. For me, I want a game that's popular, I can collect, it's in a universe I know, I can go to events, and literally the one thing you can guarantee is that if it's a Games Workshop game, that's probably going to be the case. Everything else is a little bit more like questionable. You run the risk of losing your money, basically. You buy a game, nobody plays it. Great. The most let's try that again. The most the most frustrating thing about Warhammer 40k are snake eyes. Got them too many times. Dances and stick lads. Yeah, the good thing about that though is generally in 40k you're throwing a lot of dice, so your variance generally like reduces a little bit. Obviously it can still happen. I tell you what's really bad, Blood Bowl. I'm going to be playing Blood Bowl every now and then, but it's an absolute killer for luck. Like, it's just, I think because your turn can end on it, like you can, 1 in 36 the end of your turn, and it's really frustrating. 51 here, never played, but I'm enjoying crafting building. Oh, that is super interesting, that, Kim. Like, enjoying the crafting. There's quite a few. I was trying to think if there's like any like general crafting, because obviously what I mainly do is like I concentrate on like wargaming terrain, if I'm honest, and it's sort of like big stuff for tables. But there's some really good channels that like concentrate on like smaller, possibly like more fun stuff, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. But if you're going to get into wargaming, that would be a great question. Like, if you're going to ease yourself in, I wonder what the best starter wargame is. Probably something like Warhammer Underworlds or Kill Team, depending on the genre you like. D&D is quite good as well, to be fair. No Coke today, just simply because I literally brushed my teeth just before coming on. I got terrible teeth. 51 as well. Campaign terrain also 51. I hate this age. It's not so bad. I can't say I hate this age. Good. You know what? I sometimes worries me, like, well, death worries me, obviously, but like in double my age, I'm 70. Damn. Do you know what I mean? So there you have it. If you're lobbing D6, get thee to Shadowrun. What? Sorry, Greg, I actually don't understand what you're saying. God, Thomas, why do what? I think right. I don't know if it's because you're doing them lowercase, but I just don't see your comments very well. I don't know why. I think it might be your profile. I don't know. There's just something about it. I'm more than double my age. You know what's weird? If you were 36 and you had a kid when you were 18, that kid would be 18, which I find amazing. It's a spectacular age. Oh God, I mean, should I be looking forward to it? I'm not. If I'm honest, I'm not looking forward to it. But you know, what I find frustrating is English. You can't read England properly. I mean, you can't. You said that wrong. Hi, I'm Scottish. I don't speak the English. Hi, mate. I speak Gaelic. I can't do accents before anybody tells me off. I know that I can't do accents, so don't worry about it. Similar story with me. I'm 40 and I love board games, but never play 40k. I'm considering this is a terrain building channel where I mainly do wargaming. I'm pleasantly surprised that there's a few of you here who don't really play games. Like, I find it's interesting, a little bit strange, but interesting. It's not something for me. I'm all about how to phrase it, like practicality, if that makes sense. Like, I do stuff because I want to play the game. It's all generally for me. It's always all about the games, rather than say the fun of crafting. If I'm honest, a lot of the time, I was talking to somebody the other day. I like the idea part of a terrain and I like the result, but the middle I strongly dislike. So there you have it. Well, you can do 18 times 2. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Gaudy Scottish. Maybe if I had a kid, the first opportunity I had, they'd be 37. True. If you enjoy rolling dice, the dice pool for the TTRPG game Shadowrun can get huge. Oh, true. My cat just loves my miniatures, especially Necron heads. By the way, if anybody, I really, really like cats. Just really like cats. If anybody has a cat and's in the Facebook group, post your cat. I love me some cats. 8 times 18. Whoa. I'm 35, not 36. Steve, terrain builder. Sorry, oh my God, he actually read my comment. So proud. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Yeah, for me, it's all about the game. I don't craft for the fun of it, which is sort of why a lot of my terrain is sort of like straight to the point, sort of easy. I try to sort of simplify it a little bit, if that makes sense. All caps. Just round it up. Don't need to round up, Steve. You can round down. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for your gracious help. So I think one thing we've sort of learned there is that there's not many games. In terms of... Wait, there's one last thing I can check. So let's go to, like, not announced, not released. We'll see if there's any big games or anything that, like, if anything like takes your fancy, do let me know. Gang Fight, nuts. It seems like it was a Kickstarter. Is there any, like, I think really it's going to have to be a big IP or a completely new idea to really get me interested in a game. And I'd be very surprised if we see something like that. So there you have it. There should be an all caps mode on YouTube chat. No, if it wasn't for the painting, I'd love this hobby more. You certainly look like you were having fun with the skull. I mean, we certainly were in chat. Yes, I just love it. I just really enjoy it. Thank you. Only Jay having fun is a finger to... Well, I don't... No, I'm trying to keep all of my fingers. I craft because I have to for my games. I try to do it as well as possible for the fun of it, though. No point in half-assing it. I'm sort of different. My philosophy is to come up with the correct idea that gives you the best results for the amount of effort. For me, I enjoyed the challenge of the concept. If that makes sense. There's cats on Facebook. People, the Facebook group's going to be like, "What the hell is this?" And I'll be like, "My camera may be running out of battery. I'm getting a flashing light on the camera." What? It doesn't have a battery in. If the camera goes off, the camera goes off. It might be overheating or something. I don't think so. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm trying to look at cats. Oh, somebody's joined. Pleasure to have you. I know you can't see this, and I'm not going to post it because it's Facebook. Anyway, I'm trying to find cats. Sorry, just 1 second. I can't even see what you're writing because I'm looking at cats. I'm trying to look at cats. Oh, we got a cat. We got a cat. This is the cat thread from the stream. Nice cat. That is a cat. I love me some cats. I just love cats. Like, there's no... I love me some cats. Netcon Destroyer. There you have it. I bought some of those pipe things today to make some barrels. Yeah, where are they? I've got some here. Is this the one that I actually destroyed? There's one that I really need. If you're going to do them, I would recommend sealing them with a matte varnish after you finish. I didn't speak about it because it's metal. It chips relatively easily. So I would recommend. Let me go full screen for this. Can I send you my cat in a box? No. J, not Tech J. No. I need to find a local painter to dupe the painting. I presume it means like do the painting. I'll see if I can actually get this to focus. Camera. These are the little barrels. The little barrels that I made from the thingy. I did try to 3D print a barrel and it sucked. So that little circle thing at the top, I was super impressed and happy with myself. It's basically a thin-ish, like a 2mm wire that I've cut and then taken the wire out of. Pretty happy with that, not gonna lie. One of my better creations. Sometimes I come up with some good ideas. And that was one of them. Well, I've got a matte varnish. Use that. Because it's metal, I would use it. Otherwise, it is not prone to chipping, but like relatively easy to chip. So let's have a look, see if we can find any games. World War Zero. They've been talking about that for a while. It's like a fake historical game, I think, from Foreground. Is there anything here that it like jumps out? That's already out. The Harry Potter miniatures game is already out. So that's a no. So to be announced is no's. To be see. Let's have a look at that. Sometimes it works. Every time. I don't really care about minis. I'm more into terrain. Kind of sucks because I find mini painters. I can find mini painters, but no one wants to paint my rocks walls. Well, I paint really basically. So Greg said target acquired. I've literally no idea why, but you did. I'm going to put some hot glue in mine and paint it with the translucent green. Yes, I did do that on one of them. I don't know where it is. I did do a bit of that. Can you see the blinking light? Wait. Oh, target acquired. Blinking light with you. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's let's find out what it is together. So it's what's my camera? It's a Canon M200 red blinking light with X. Let's find out what this actually is. Rapid flashing is sort of right. I don't know what it is. Could be battery. Do you have another to try? The M uses the same battery. I do have another battery to try. I had it was a file number problem. I'm not recording, so that doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. Yeah, that is the light that I'm getting. This light right here is the light I'm getting. Does it happen when you set it on a flat surface to take a photo? If it was heat related, it could be the battery. I had it set on a tripod. I do have it set on a tripod. Might be a little late to the battery with this camera's experience the same with flashing red icon. This manual doesn't come in the box just a bit, but you'll need to. It's an overheating issue when the camera is set in either standby mode for a long period of time or extensive sessions of recording. Yes, even when not recording, used for streaming, it will appear. Only solution is turn it off for a while. So I don't know if that means it will turn off, but it's overheating basically. But it's not that hot. I'm not worried about it. And I don't stream video on KLC long times. However, I have bought this camera to stream, so it would be a bit upsetting. But there you have it. Yeah, it takes effort for the local shop to get people to hobby these days. Terrain painting is still new to me. It's the NSA spying on me. The NSA is American, I think, so it'll be the MI5. Is it? NSA, good luck to them. I can see them stealing my terrain ideas. Don't steal the truck idea, no, which actually Steve gave me anyway. No, you bastards. What else am I making? If you really wanted to steal my ideas, you want to get into my Google Drive. So the NSA, if you're listening to this, go in my Google Drive and steal my terrain ideas. There you have it, okay? They want his technology to make super detailed terrain. I mean, I'm not even good enough. Like, Mel the Terrain Tutor's who you really want if you're going to try and do some quality stuff. Like, if you actually want it. Would be nice if you can... Wow, sorry. So, Pitcurian said, would be nice if you can post materials used in your terrain diorama on AliExpress because Amazon doesn't ship everywhere. That's a fair point. I will try and have a look at AliExpress. I bought some of the little toy vehicles from AliExpress. You can't really see it, but I bought some of these toy vehicles from AliExpress. Do they do stuff like filler and spackle? I don't really know the answer to that, but I can try and have a quick look. So let's just trying to see if we can see any big games. Any big games coming out? No. So, like, yeah, I think there is a real problem with games at the minute. The only games that are ever going to be... Oh, it's weird that, isn't it? It's for me, it's a little bit like The Difference. No, right. Sorry, I'm chatting poop, but I'll explain what I'm trying to say. It's a little bit like video games, except not, and I'll explain why. So, in terms of video games, you can make a video game, and if it's a single-player video game, it doesn't matter. You don't need your player base only depends on the sales of the game, right? You don't need 1 billion players. Now, if you were making a multiplayer game, and it's a multiplayer game only, then of course the player base does matter. But for single player games, the companies can literally kickstart the game, sell the game to whoever wants it, and just gives it to the people who have pre-ordered it and that kind of stuff. Tabletop wargaming specifically has a bit of a problem in that it needs like a minimum amount of popularity for some people. Now, that's not everybody. There's people out there who maybe play with their wives, their husbands, their kids, or maybe like a group of friends. And for you guys, you can just pick and choose what you play. If you're not that bothered about the competitive scene, then you can just pick and choose what you're doing. Guess It Dead. What did you say? What did you say, Campaign Train? Sorry, what did I say? Now he's back. I don't think that one was me. I think that one might have been you. But don't quote me on that. So there you go. I'm playing Age of Sigmar. I'm not playing that, Kev. I'm gonna try Age of Sigmar. I've got my army. I'm playing that. But my point being, Kill Team 2021, 30k starter, Battles Fleet Heresy, Star Wars Pod Races, More Time 2021 or 2. There you go. My point being is that if you're a company right now and you want to make a war game, a miniature war game, you have a massive barrier to entry. And there's only 2 ways to get around it. One of them is a massive amount of funding. So you would need just lots of money, right? Lots and lots and lots of money. You would need lots of money, and you would just force your way to be like, you know, marketing or maybe even animated shorts and stuff like that. The other way is to be an existing company who's got a good reputation. Like if FFG/Atomic Mass Games now release a game, then they will now have, well, the Asmodee, but they will now have the reputation to be able to like do it, kind of thing. There was that issue yesterday with Google, maybe something like that again. Ooh. Void 1.2. I've never heard of Void 1.2. I think this is the problem. Like, there's lots of good games that, for people like me who really want to go to events and play competitively, I'm never really going to play them. They're essentially, I sort of see them as that second cat, like board games and war games. For me, a war game, I have to be able to play other people, different people, many times. That's what makes it sort of like a war gamey thing. Whereas a board game is that you can just play with your friends. It doesn't matter who you play. You're just playing the board game. But the war game, I tend to think like it matters who you play more. Now, that's not strictly true. You know, there's skill in board games and stuff like that. I appreciate that. But generally, a lot of board games are made with the idea that people with different skill levels and knowledge can play together and stuff like that. So, Void 1.1 is the late 90s game making a comeback. Fair enough. But yeah, I think there's just a massive barrier to entry for war games. Completely massive barrier to entry. Scottish National Tiddlings. That'll be me next year. Massive barrier to entry. And I'm not... And there's I think 3 ways of dealing with it, which is lots of funding. Be a company like Games Workshop who can probably... Like, they've got the audience and the reach to just pump something out and it'll do well. Like, if Games Workshop announced, like, a new genre, like, not fantasy, not... Like, they could release something like... Could Games Workshop do a new genre? I'm trying to think of a genre they could do, like Cyberpunk, but I'm trying to think. Like, imagine they did something completely new. People would play it because it's Games Workshop, right? And then the third option, you still need lots of money for. You need to be in Camp 1, but you sort of try and take a shortcut, and you go for a massive IP that already exists. I'm not reading that, Steve. So you could go for a massive IP that already exists. Like, you know, you've got lots of money. You have the Star Wars license. You have the Marvel license. You have Lord of the Rings license. Do you know what I mean? You go for something big. GW new butt plug 2021 range. For me, the difference between board games and war games is first it's a social activity and second is a competition. Yes, however, I will say that wargaming is actually sort of semi-social in that sense. Depending on what kind of tournaments and events you go to, it's actually relatively social. A lot of people who play war games are not super hyper-competitive weirdos. Just some of us are that, right? Most of the people I've ever met who go to tournaments are actually just friendly people who just like the games. But I like the fact that you've got that gambit of variety in terms of your player base. You've got people who are playing it chill, and you've got people who are playing it like super intensive. Are there any combo war games and board games? So there are some that sort of blur the lines. So Warhammer Underworld is a classic one that blurs the lines. There's also God Tier. So Warhammer Underworld is on a hex board. But War of the Ring, I'm not sure what War of the Ring is. Is that Lord of the Rings thingy? I'm not 100% sure. Everybody I've met at Lord of the Rings and bot action events have been friendly. Yeah, like it's actually a reasonably nice social interaction. By the way, there's a video game of Warhammer Underworld, but I'll just show you what it is. I've heard Warhammer 40k described as LARPing as military commanders. God, that's one reason for me not to play with these Dark Angels and Blood Angels. But yeah, so you can sort of see, generally, you have a team of between, I don't know, 3 and 5. I'm not 100% sure on the numbers. And it's played on a hex board. You actually both bring a hex board and that's how you play. But really, Warhammer Underworld is sort of like a mix between a tabletop war game, a card-based game, and it sort of makes it sort of more board gamey. But generally, there are some board games where you play it on like a mat. So like God Tier is sort of the same, and there's no terrain really in these. There's a little bit in terms of Warhammer Underworld, but yeah, like obviously this actually doesn't have painted miniatures, but it's another hex-based game. And these, I guess you could argue, are sort of like semi-board gamey-esque. There was another one that I was thinking of that has temporarily slipped my mind. Board gamey war game. Steve says Dust is a board game war game. So people wouldn't necessarily agree with me on this one, but I actually think X-Wing is sort of like a board game. It's sold like a board game that you can upgrade, but it's played at all the terrain and stuff is like 2D, and it's got a really great movement system. It's sold like a board game. Not really a board game, but it's like I can understand it sort of blurs the lines. Steve says I disagree. I don't know what he's disagreeing with. But Juan says it's needed to build a deck. It puts me off Underworld. I'm completely in the same boat as that. I've complained about it many times. The card element annoys me because in Warhammer Underworld you have like a deck of cards. Now the main problem isn't the fact that it's a deck of cards, but to get all of the cards you have to buy everything, which is a bit of a problem. Or you used to have to buy everything. I think they've got better with that now. But you know, still a bit of a pain. But yeah, those are the three games that I think that sort of blur the lines between war games and board games. For sure. They are the three that I can think of. But really, I've got to say, tonight's been a bit of a disappointing thing. I don't know what I expected, but I would have thought that some of you would have known more games. And I'm not blaming you. It's not your fault. Just like FFG Games, buying to win. Well, to be fair though, X-Wing 2nd Edition stopped that. So now you can buy everything in your faction and get everything you need. So X-Wing 2nd Edition, so it's still a little bit bad. In Warhammer Underworld, you have to buy miniatures of a faction you don't want. And that's what X-Wing used to be. So in X-Wing 1.0, let's say you needed Darth Vader, you wanted everything that Darth Vader could run. He had something like an advanced targeting computer, I can't remember what it was. But maybe that would actually have been on the a Rebel ship. So you have to buy the Rebel ship to get the Darth Vader stuff. And you're like, what am I even doing? Nowadays, that still can happen. But it's more likely to happen that you want Darth Vader. Well, that's fine. You've now just got to buy another Imperial ship to get the stuff for him. So it's a less bad situation. And they've also added more factions, which sort of take that away. Now, it wasn't perfect because they actually still had a few times where that was the case. But yeah, it's a stupid sales model, and I hate it. And I will call it out every time I see it because I hate it. I don't mind them being like, hey, look, if you want to play Imperials, then you've got to buy the Imperials. I'm still going to play Legion. Don't get me wrong. I've still got my Imperial faction. Do need to build my Shore Troopers though. Hey, I might build my Shore Troopers one stream. But yeah, in terms of games, it's been a little bit disappointing. We're not going to get these Star Wars games in 2021. The Cyberpunk game is sort of vaguely interesting. And then everything else is like a new edition of Bolt Action, probably a new edition of Age of Sigmar. There'll be something from Games Workshop, but we never know what it is and it's hard to predict. Somebody said the Inquisitor stuff, which could happen. Everything is slowing down due to the current climate. Yeah, that's true. Even Games Workshop Death Guard release got put back a month. I know they do not normally move their things. That was interesting. And Legion events needs actual cards to play an event. So for the Legion stuff, they've updated the cards and you can just print those versions off. Whether or not you would then need the original, I don't really know. But so there you go. But you're right, you need the cards. Sure, I agree with you. And you need to buy at least one of everything in your faction, generally. If you want everything. So there you have it. Warhammer Disc Wars, that's a very old game, isn't it? I don't really remember it. I don't think I ever played it. Was that by FFG? Because FFG did a couple of Warhammer things, didn't they? But yeah, I do not really know what this is. I am, however, getting an ad for what we're getting an ad for. Talk Talk. Not sponsored by Talk Talk. I would normally be sponsored by Coca-Cola, but I'm kidding. Coca-Cola would never sponsor me. Or McDonald's, which I go to quite a lot. So Disc Wars, it looks very X-Wingy. Was that maybe the idea? It looks very X-Wingy. Looks good. I mean, it's a board game, innit? So there you have it. Yeah, on the last on the last podcast I heard in the USA, you need physical card, not copy to play it. Now, that's true, right? But if you have the official miniatures, then it's actually not so bad. So if you ever read the tournament guide and the instructions like I have to the letter, it says if you've lost something, then the TO will literally try and get you a copy of it. And it also says if you've lost something, then they will literally write it down on a piece of paper. At least it used to say that. I don't know if it still does say that. But in theory, it's not a problem if you've lost a card. Now, so let's say you take a card that you don't actually have. You could probably get away with it for one of the cards. Probably. But yes, it's a stupid system that I don't really like. You should, well, it's not so bad. If you can just buy what you need, it's not so bad. So I'm less bothered about that. But yeah. I like to keep things as user friendly as possible and make it so you don't have to buy things you don't want to buy. My general rule is if you have to buy something you don't want to buy to get something that you want or need, then for me that's the problem. That's the bit where I go, no, I'm not going to play your game. And that's why I don't really play the like trading card games. You know, like Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. It's like, I really need, guys, I only need one card. I need to go buy 50 packs to see if I can get one card. I love spending money. It's such great stuff. For some reason, just looking at the screen, that really reminded me of my dad then. Yeah, so I hate that. I hate that as a sales model. I will never, ever, ever, ever support it unless I'm making money from it and I'm selling out. Hashtag sell out. Salute. I might go to Salute next year. Or when it's on. I don't know. It's normally on like March, isn't it? I really need to. I don't think it'll be actually available to go, but I'll go and I'll beat Mel the Terrain Tutor to his normal video of every table. He does like 2 videos of like an hour, and I sit there and I look at all the tables. I'm like, man, that looks good. Why would you buy the Legion Star when Short Troopers and Operative Vader is better? True, the speeder bikes aren't that good. Aren't that bad. Why would you buy it? Well, one, you need all the materials, so you need like the command cards and stuff like that. It's worth having one starter set, but you are correct that they're not the best units right now. If you were an Imperial player, I would tell you to get 1 starter set, 2 Shore Troopers, well, maybe even 3, but 2 Shore Troopers and 2 to 3 snipers. And I'd be like, pick some commanders, have a field day, crack on. That's what I would tell you if you were going to play those. Yeah. So, hey, you know, I need to buy some more filler. I will check AliExpress. Whoever asked me that, Paulina, I don't know how you say your name, but I will try and check that out. I'm very intrigued to see if I can find some on AliExpress. Yeah, so I've got to say, I'm disappointed with the amount of game options that we know about for next year. Now, is that anything to do with COVID? Probably not, I think. If anything, I would have expected more because of COVID, because I would have expected everything to get pushed back. That does not seem to have been the case. Therefore, what is happening? Is this different from any other year? I'm not even sure. Are they just going to wait for Kickstarter? I don't want, like, if a Kickstarter comes out in 2021, The game's not coming out in 2021, so I'm not interested. So really, and sadly, when it comes to new games, I think we have to praise, or we have to be reliant on our Lord, our Saviours, Games Workshop. They're the only people who I think can really actually do anything. They do know, that's what, yeah, I'd be surprised if we get the one thing that could happen is that we get an announcement like Adepticon-ish time, which is like April, March, April, something like that, for a release in August. But due to the stuff that FFG and Atomic Mass Games have done, oh, Miki, who's in the chat, has become a Patreon. Did you hear that? How was the sound? Was it quiet? I could turn it up, but thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Pledge to Patreon as well. Yes, Jay, this way. Pledge to Patreon. I do really appreciate that. Thank you. I will be messaging you because I don't want to not message you. Anybody who becomes a Patreon, I always message them and say thank you. But I've never had somebody do it whilst I was on stream, so thank you very much. But yeah, I would be interested to see. Games Workshop are obviously going to like announce some stuff. Games Workshop worth 3 times more than all of the British fishing. Is that actually true? Pretty good. Thank you. Well, thank you, Mickey. I do honestly appreciate that. I will try and make sure the audio's fine. Games Workshop is worth quite a lot. There's no doubt about it. Now, I mean, the elephant in the room is Brexit. For Games Workshop. Now, I do think Games Workshop have a little bit of an advantage, a sneaky advantage that I think they have been preparing for Brexit. They have been preparing for Brexit. Do not worry about Games Workshop. They can manufacture both in the UK. They can manufacture in China. They have that. They'll have a warehouse in America, almost guaranteed. They will have their stuff in multiple places for the next 2 months, I think. I don't think Games Workshop are going to get caught short. GW are due to do a preview in January. Never heard of it. Never heard it. Shoot. I'm very worried that if I turn it up so loud that I will inadvertently blow out your eardrums. GW is bigger than Marks and Spencer. Well, Marks and Spencer right now are obviously not in a great place. Why Games Workshop is worth more than Marks and Spencer and Centrica? I mean, to be fair, it makes sense. They really should have been strongly impacted by COVID, because COVID should have shown that people couldn't play. You couldn't play. Most people you couldn't meet your friends to play the game unless you're going to play inside your house, which board games are generally used for. Generally, like, COVID should have been bad for Games Workshop. COVID, on the other hand, was great for Games Workshop. It showed that people don't really play as many games as people think people play. Well, at least I thought. It showed that a lot of people are just interested in the hobby. Therefore, if you get people miniatures that they have to paint in their house, or just look at because they have a pile of shame like everybody else, then people will buy that, even if they're never going to play the game with it. I think most people, this is almost self-evident, most people buy Games Workshop models and then don't play the game, which to me is mental. But there you have it. They are a ridiculous success story for UK manufacturing. Plastic crack for you guys. Plastic crack for you. I don't know how Games Workshop are so successful. I literally don't understand it. Who just game but need minis to play. I agree with you that there are people who just game who need minis, but it definitely seems to be that there is a large majority of Games Workshop fans who just paint miniatures, buy miniatures, make miniatures, and probably don't play. Or they're not asked about playing. Or they don't care about it that much. They're happy to buy stuff and wait for a year. Which, in my head, is crazy. You drive me crazy. You drive me crazy. Like, I think it's weird, but I mean, I don't think it's weird. I just think each to their own. But for sure, it's interesting nonetheless. I'm off. Thanks for watching. I know it's not like, I think the best streams are when I'm actually trying to do stuff or when I have a good topic. Today's topic was a bit sad. Like, I don't think there's that much out there. There's not that much out there. Superman does do Custodes. True, he is doing that. I wonder if that actually bumped them that much. We'll see. Because of Emperor Protect. The Emperor protects. Not so, not that. I read that. It's important to have some of these. Yeah, well, to be fair, like, I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew with the truck. What I really need to do is assemble. Avengers Assemble. Like, I really need to have it finished by Sunday. So I need to be spray painting it white on Saturday night. And I'm behind. So I've got some stuff to do, basically. I didn't realise this drawer was open the whole time. Oh, the camera's gone. Oh, the screen's gone off. The screen's gone off. But the camera is on. I guess that's to make sure it doesn't overheat. Well, it could have done that earlier. I don't need the screen. How long did that take? It's only been it's been 2 hours. Why would it do it now? That's weird. Yeah, there are a lot of people who only hobby too, but with the majority stuck at home. Yeah, so I do agree. I just think that as players, I think we probably overestimate the... I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn that up. We probably overestimate the number of people who play the games versus the number of people who just make stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. Old man Adam just realized. Wait, what? Oh yeah, yes. Uncle Atom. I wonder if Steve's going to correct himself, or did he deliberately call himself? Did he deliberately call Uncle Atom? Just Kev, thank you. Let me see if I can try and turn up the audio thing before this actually happens. 25. Let's see. Let's get the headphones on. Thank you, Just Kev. Let's just see. Come on, Facebook, YouTube. DJ in the house. Where's this alert? YouTube. We're waiting here. It's noise. I've turned it up 25 decibels, guys. It's early in the US. The gamers are probably still work. Oh, to be fair, Meld the Terrain Tutor will be live in like 35 minutes, and I would be stopping well before then anyway, because I'll be watching him. It's been a relatively quiet stream. I do get a bit more viewers when I do terrain, which is understandable. Where is this alert? Disco. Now, there's no TTS, but did you hear that? I can hear it. But could you hear it? Yes? No? Still so very quiet. I'm not going to do that, Steve. I would have to speak to him to check that it was okay. It was a gentle chime. Okay. 30. I can't turn it up that high. What? 29 decibels? Is my keyboard naffed? I'm just pumping it up as high as it can go. Huh? Pump it up. What? The music? Oh, it only goes up 26. Okay, I'll have to turn it up. I'm gonna have to turn it up on something else. Okay. It's a very simple signal chain, Greg. I will tell you right now. What is happening is in OBS. There's two audio things in OBS. One is my voice, which I have to full level, so that's maximum volume. Then I have the desktop audio. It's called desktop audio, and it's literally everything that my computer plays, you guys hear. But I have that set to a negative 30 dB, right? The alerts I have turned up in Streamlabs as almost as high as it'll go. And then in OBS, I have the alert audio track turned up quite high as well, because I need to, whatever it gets set to, it's got to offset the 30 dB. So I know, I can get there. It's just going to take me a little time. At least you guys are starting to hear it. So with thank you, Draco. Thank you. I will be on next week. I wonder what is Christmas time like. Nope, Christmas should not affect me in any way, shape or form, nor the stream. I just want, well, thank you, just Kev, I do really appreciate it. And I'm not getting a 40k army, I'll be getting well, I've already got my Age of Sigmar army. I'll be building something. Cold and wet. I was going to say so many rude jokes. I'm literally just not going to bother. Christmas time. Give the boys guns, you get. No. I don't actually know where I've put my boys. Any song for the end? Any shout outs? That's not what I was trying to do. Any requests? We could do Wham. Wait, I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that, Greg. But I actually would quite like this. Oh, hello, Dinah Smile. We did start off with that. Okay. There is no after party stream. I probably will eventually start streaming to YouTube after this, but on my gaming channel. But I'm not doing that tonight. Just because I'm not happy with what I mean. I need to work on it. Sakamachao got salty balls. Okay. Okay. Wait, I don't want Disturbed. Wait, what? I want Sound of... I want the original one. Simon. This is the second Paul Simon song we've had. This is the second Paul Simon song we've had. We did once have 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. I do quite like the Disturbed one. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a most beautiful, beautiful day. Although the day's pretty much over. I will try and sort out the alerts, but thank you to, the three of you. We've actually quite popped off today in terms of donations and stuff. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Although every time somebody did, I was like, can you hear it? Can you hear it? Follow Campaign Terrain. Get on Cross's channel and go and subscribe. Always look on the bright. Great song. So thanks to Just Kevin, Mickey and Greg. And have a most beautiful, beautiful day as I sing you out with